Every time I see that, I cringe, because that claim and the premium that some sellers try to attach to it is costing buyers tens of thousands of dollars. On May 19th, 2026, a 1993 Ferrari 512 TR Spider sold in an online auction for $682,000. Nearly 4 times what a typical example trades for in 2026. Why? Because that Ferrari is truly one of one. And I encourage you to visit the listing to understand why. Not because of how the options were checked on an order form, but because of what was physically done to the car, by whom, and for whom. The market understood the difference. 112 bids and $682,000 online. Now let me show you what sellers call one of one nearly every single day on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and at auction. Every week, somewhere in the Ford world, someone types the same 6 words into a listing. One of one, per Marti Report. Every time I see that, I cringe, because that claim and the premium that some sellers try to attach to it is costing buyers tens of thousands of dollars. And today we're going to do the math that proves why. Section 1, respect where it's due. Let's start by being clear about what the Marti Report actually is, because this channel doesn't editorialize around inconvenient data, and the inconvenient data here is that the report is genuinely good. Kevin Marti holds Ford Motor Company's exclusive license to their complete production database for every Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury built in the United States and Canada from 1967 through 2020. What that means is if your 1967 Mustang left the factory with a 390 big block, a specific exterior color, and the GT equipment group, the Marti Report will confirm that. It will tell you how many cars were built with the same color. It documents the original powertrain, the trim, the build date, the selling dealer's number. For restoration or AACA judges, for serious buyers doing due diligence, or for anyone who wants to know if the numbers matching claim holds up, that is an enormously valuable document. I recommend it without reservation or when you're buying a classic or collector Ford if the seller doesn't present it first. But here's where things go sideways. The elite version of the Marti Report, their premium tier, includes a statistics section. And that section will tell you how many cars were produced with the same combination of selected options as yours. And sellers see a small number, sometimes one of one, and they lose their minds. So let's talk about why that number means almost nothing. Section 2, the math setup. To understand why one of one is nearly meaningless as a valuation argument, we need a formula. There is a formula for counting possibilities. You don't need to do the math. I did it for you. In statistics, combinations are a way of counting how many different groups you can make from a larger set of items when the order doesn't matter. Imagine you have 5 friends, but only 3 spots in your car. Combinations tell you how many different trios you could bring along, regardless of who sits where. The key idea is that picking Alex, Bob, and Carol is the same combination as picking Carol, Bob, and Alex, because you end up with the same group. The formula uses what's known as factorials, which are nothing more than fancy multiplication countdowns. A 5 with an exclamation point next to it means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 to divide out all the redundant orderings, giving you a clean count of truly distinct groups. You'll see this everywhere. Card hands, lottery odds, even choosing committee members. Anytime you're selecting a subset and the sequence doesn't matter. It's the counterpart to what's known in statistics as permutations, which do care about the order, like finishing first, second, and third in a race. A useful gut check usually is, would arranging the picks give you something different? If the answer is yes, you use permutations. If no, you use combinations. In the automotive world, it looks like this. Every time a buyer sat down to order a Mustang, they faced a menu of options. The formula tells us how many different ways that menu could be filled out. Here's what it looks like on paper. Possible combinations equals n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial, where n is the total number of options available and r is how many a typical buyer would choose. Again, the exclamation point means factorial. In very simple terms, it's just pointing that it's going to be a very large number. How large? Let's find out. Section 3, the 1967 Mustang. My understanding is that Ford produced 472,121 Mustangs in the 1967 model year and offered buyers an almost bewildering array of choices. I pulled the actual 1967 Mustang order guide, the factory's own document, and I put a link in the description to that document as proof of what I used to make the calculations. Let's walk through the menu. Body style, 3 choices. Hardtop, fastback, or convertible. Engine choices, no fewer than 5. 1 of 4 transmission choices. In 67, Mustang was offered in 16 standard colors. Beyond powertrain and color, I counted every regular production option, or RPO, a buyer could check on their order form. I counted no fewer than 40 individual factory orderable options. Based on other Mustang expert sources, a typical Mustang buyer in 1967 ordered about 12 of them. Now let's run the formula. Section 4, the reveal. The number of possible option combinations, you ready? 5,586,853,480. More than 5.5 billion ways to option a 1967 Mustang. And remember, Ford built 472,121 of them. While that's a sizable production number, it pales when it comes to figuring out the possible combinations. Specifically, it means there were nearly 12,000 times more possible option combinations than there were actual cars produced. 12,000 to 1. Now let's stress test that assumption. The baseline model assumed the average buyer chose 12 options, the 4 mandatory ones plus 8 RPO options. That's reasonable. Well, let's go conservative. What if the average buyer only chose 9? That's 4 of the mandatory option selections plus 5 RPO options. Here's what the formula looks like with those numbers plugged in. The result drops to 273,438,880 possible combinations. That's our conservative floor, the absolute minimum built on the most cautious assumption I can reasonably defend. And against the 472,121 67 Mustangs built, that's still 579 more possible combinations than Mustangs that rolled off the production floor that year. At my most conservative assumption, the argument doesn't move. Whether you use 9 selections or 12, the math reaches the same conclusion every single time. Think about what that tells you. There were so many more possible combinations than cars actually built that the overwhelming majority of configurations were never built at all. And the ones that were built, statistically, were built exactly once. In other words, mathematically speaking, nearly every 1967 Mustang is a 1 of 1, which means 1 of 1 tells you almost nothing useful. But here's the thing. Even when a seller gets past the math, even when their Marti report seems to hold up, there's a second way this gets abused. And I have a real-world example that shows you exactly how that works. How many of you have a classic or collector car sitting in the garage right now that you know you should sell? I wrote a guide to fix exactly that. 5 modules: rating, pricing, venue, photography, and a 90-point inspection checklist. $19.99. One time. Not a subscription, not a course. Just the actual information you need. Scan the QR code or use the links in the description. And now back to this episode of the 1969 Torino case study. Back in December of 2019, in the very early days of Guys with Rides, I came across a Craigslist listing that stopped me cold. A 1969 Ford Torino GT two-door sports roof, candy apple red, 428 Super Cobra jet engine, close ratio 4-speed top loader, a 430 traction lock rear axle, and power front disc brakes, power steering, console, AM/FM radio. In other words, a legitimately rare, legitimately desirable configuration, located not too far from here in the Philadelphia area. The seller knew it too. He was asking $18,000 for a project car. This was a rough, incomplete project. Passenger door description, and I'm quoting the seller here, is trash, unquote. The engine was rebuilt, but sitting on a stand, not in the car. This was going to be a full restoration with 5-figure labor bill ahead of it before you'd even have something drivable. And his justification for the asking price? It's one of one per the Marti Report. So I looked at the report. Kevin Marti's work is meticulous, but when I got to the statistics section, the part that generates the one of one claim, I saw something that made me put on the brakes. Here's how the funnel works. The report starts with the full 1969 production run. 386,368 Fairlane Torinos. Then it starts narrowing. 61,314 were Torino GT two-door sports roofs. Of those, 1,285 came with the 428 4-barrel CJ Ram Air engine. 582 of those had the close ratio 4-speed. Then 115 of those were painted candy apple red. 24 had black vinyl bucket seats, and 4 came with the 428 Super Cobra jet. Only 2 of those had the 430 ratio traction lock rear axle. And then, right at the bottom of the funnel, the report lands on the deciding factor. Only one of them was produced with an AM/FM stereo radio. One of one, per the Marti Report. Now let's look at the same document, same page, same report, and what this car was actually equipped with from the factory. The report lists it right there in black and white. 428 Super Cobra jet engine, drag pack, traction lock differential, wide oval tires, console, power front disc brakes, power steering, AM/FM stereo radio. 6 options documented on the car. And when the report built its funnel to manufacture the one of one designation, it used exactly one of them, the AM/FM radio. The drag pack, not in the funnel. The console, not in the funnel. The power disc brakes, not in the funnel. The power steering, not in the funnel. I'm not accusing Kevin Marti of anything. The elite report presents the options, but a seller who leads with one of one while their own Craigslist description says, and I'm quoting, front power disc brakes, power steering, AM/FM car, that seller knows exactly what they're doing. If you include all the documented options in that funnel, Ford almost certainly produced several near identical cars. The one of one is an artifact of selective counting, not rarity. So now you have 2 tools in your pocket. The math proves that statistically almost any Ford is a one of one just from combination arithmetic. And this Torino proves that even when the math doesn't do it for you, you can cherry pick which options go into the funnel and manufacture the designation anyway. So what is the Marti Report actually good for? One sentence. The Marti Report is a validation tool, not a valuation tool. Let me repeat that. The Marti Report is a validation tool, not a valuation tool. Use it to confirm that a Ford is what the seller claims it is. Original powertrain, correct options, numbers matching. In that role, it's outstanding, and I highly recommend it. What it cannot do is manufacture demand for a car the market doesn't want. And it cannot manufacture rarity by choosing which options to count and which ones quietly leave the funnel. So the next time a seller waves a Marti Report in your face and says one of one, ask yourself 2 questions. First, is this combination rare because the options are desirable, or because they're statistically inevitable? Second, are all the documented options actually in that funnel, or just the ones that produce the smallest number? Think back to that Ferrari. The Saudi royal family didn't go to Lorenz and Rankle because they checked a different box on an order form. They went because Ferrari wouldn't build what they wanted. They went because the most prestigious coach builder in the business, Pininfarina, declined the job. Because making that car an open top required structural engineering, not a checkbox. That is what genuine rarity looks like. The market recognized it instantly. A 1969 Torino project in rough shape is also one of one, because the seller counted one option of 6 and called it a day. The market recognizes that too. The Marti Report tells you what the car is. The market tells you what it's worth. Never confuse the two. If you're buying a Ford and someone waves a Marti Report in your face, now you know exactly what to say. And if that kind of data-driven look at what's really going on in the collector car market is your thing, hit subscribe. New episodes drop most Saturdays. Please drop your Marti Report stories in the comments. Perhaps you know of a seller who used it to justify a price the market wouldn't support, or perhaps where a Marti Report saved you from a cloned car. I read every one. I'm Rudy Samsel. This is Guys with Rides. Thank you for watching.
Now that you know what to watch out for, go find the real deals yourself. We run dealer-free classic car auctions at GuysWitHRides.bid. New listings weekly. Links right here. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.